timeline is starting off with a big. In 1876, the telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. Followed by that in 1928 was the first television broadcast. The first email system was named Mailbox and was used at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1966. In 1983, the first mobile phone was created by Motorola. Tim Berners-Lee developed in 1999 the World Wide Web. In 2003, the social network website Facebook was founded. WikiLeaks caused mayhem in 2010 by publishing secret documents of governments and organizations. We will start off by talking about the privacy rights, then move on to social media, continue with safety for kids, criminality, and end by giving a conclusion.
Online shopping is nowadays really popular. Almost every store, like H&M, Zara, Mango, has an online shop as well. Furthermore, there are also online stores which don't really have a real store, like Weekamp and Zalando. Benefits of the online shops is that they are open 24/7 and that they deliver your order at your house. You don't have to go to a crowded city center, but you can just order all your clothes, electronic equipment, furniture, and even more. In this way, you can shop online in your warm and comfortable home, and you can sit on your couch with a cup of tea, and you don't have to go outside in the cold weather and crowded city center. But how do you know that online shopping is safe and you get the stuff you ordered? What about the privacy rights? Every seller or online store needs to provide information about the address of the seller, the imported features of the product, the total price of the product, and if you have to pay like a delivery cost, and how you can pay it. Also, they need to provide information about the rights to cancel, how long the offer remains, and the minimum duration of the contract. If you have all this information, you can always fall back if something goes wrong. When the store delivers your product, you can always send them back within a couple of amount of days. This information is also provided on the website. Nowadays, most of the time you can pay online or by Ideal or with a credit card. You can also decide to pay later. But if you buy something online and you have to type it in, all your personal data, how do you know that this will be kept safely? In the European Union, there's a law which protects the personal data from all the citizens and makes sure that the data won't be used without the permission from the citizens. It says that persons or organizations which collect and manage your personal information must protect it from misuse and must respect certain rights of the data owners, which are guaranteed by the European law. Under this European law, personal data can only be gathered legally and under strict conditions for a legitimate purpose. In this way, the European law is protecting the privacy of your data. But data has also been generated, and this data is being analyzed by companies and are the basis for research, banners, or one-on-one e-marketing, like email and texting. Every time a person is visiting a website, the server, where the cookie is being saved, can recognize this and is able to respond to preferences from his or her surfing behavior. Furthermore, a lot of banks are warned for criminality. Criminals send you an email or they call you, and then it looks like if it's from your bank, and they want to know all your personal data, including passwords, etc. A bank would never do this. When you respond and give your information, the criminals will use your bank account and steal your money. But what about social media?
Social media has become part of modern society. Some social networks have a user base that is even larger than the population of most countries. These social networks have become versatile. We have reached a point where it is possible to find sites where you can share photos, videos, status updates, and sites for meeting new people or connect with old friends. Facebook, Twitter, MySpace have all become very popular nowadays. Let's take a look at Facebook, which is currently the most used social network. Facebook has at the moment more than 800 million active users that are sharing their information such as name, age, tastes, professions, among other personal information. But how safe are we on the biggest social network? In 2007, questions began to rise regarding the privacy on Facebook, especially regarding data mining, which has the goal of extracting knowledge from databases. This was evident in the terms and conditions that stated that Facebook could collect personal information from other sources such as newspapers and internet sources such as blogs. Facebook and other social networks allow a constant level of exposure, creating a variety of problems, such as identity theft. Although Facebook has been improving the security situation since its beginning, there are still some question marks about how secure are we in the social network. It is easy to share our personal information, and it should also be easy to delete it. Internet has reached an incredible size, meaning that there is less control regarding its content. The same happens with Facebook. Photos and personal information may be shared by others, and it will be difficult to erase the shared information. Recently, an Austrian student sued Facebook for keeping data he already erased. This proves that even when erased, your personal information is still available for the company. Media globalization made a big step with the evolution of social media. It is now possible to easily find personal details about a large amount of people. This fact can go both ways, as its benefit as well as its hindrances. But how are children affected by this evolution?
With the internet becoming more popular as we speak, it is important that people actively interact and communicate with their children to keep possible dangers out of their lives. Internet gives access to almost anything, and therefore it is of the essence that the safety for kids is being treated with care. Studies have shown that already 93% of the kids are online and not just at home. The safety for kids regarding internet use is something that is very important, so how safe are kids on the internet? There are multiple factors that play a role in the safety of children when they go on the internet. Factors can be, for example, the health of the children, the use of social media, and the access to all kinds of websites. The health of children can be influenced by the manner in which they use the computer and surf on the internet. Using a computer or surfing on the internet on its own isn't damaging, but the matter of what they do, when they do it, and how long has great effects. An example of this are the online computer games. A lot of these games contain violence and aggression, and because of the quality of the games, a lot of this violence seems very real. In these type of games, the player gets credits or is rewarded when he or she kills an enemy. This can have a psychological effect on the child in real life. The child can believe that he or she is rewarded when showing violent behavior, for example. What's also an issue is that children can get sort of addicted to these games.
Hey everybody, guess what I just did? I just got a Facebook, and I am so excited about it because I finally convinced my mom.
So, what's up with social media? Well, social media is getting more popular among children, and they tend to sign up for an own account at a more younger age than ever. Certain activities like picking on others are getting more easy with the use of social media. We hear all kinds of stories on the news about children getting bullied on their accounts or in the chat boxes, and this can have damaging effects on them in the long run. What's even more scary, especially for the parents, is that everyone has access to the accounts of the children and can add them as a friend. This makes children very easy targets for predators like pedophiles.
Criminality is the state, quality, or fact of being involved in an illegal activity. Back in the days, murder, shoplifting, stealings are acts of criminality. But nowadays, in the 21st century, it seems like these examples have to change a little bit, or to be added more to, with the advent of the internet, the media, and the social media. Now I will be talking about WikiLeaks, a hacking organization that works for them, and how WikiLeaks affect people's life.
Founded in 2006 by Australian internet activist Julian Assange, WikiLeaks is a site that publishes private, secret, and classified media from anonymous news leaks and whistleblowers. The site gained notoriety in 2010 when 90,000 documents from the Afghanistan war were leaked.
There are a number of hackers who work for this group, and one of them that we will be focusing on today is Anonymous. Anonymous is a group of hacktivists who uses hacking, viruses, and spywares, and probably many other more devices to get into governmental institutions, companies, etc. to get classified information, to mess up their controlling system to get their point across.
Prior to the ruling of British courts regarding the extradition of Julian Assange, founder of WikiLeaks site, to Sweden, a group of hackers known as Anonymous Hackers attacked an American military IT company. The group threatened to seek American and British targets in retaliation to the accusations of Mr. Assange and News International for spying on British residents.
Some people believe that WikiLeaks is harmful to the welfare of the people, as it leaks too many classified information, which can lead to total chaos in the world, whereas others think that WikiLeaks has brought much needed light to government operations and private actions, which play an important role on a democracy that chooses its leaders. However, in the end, it really depends on you, or on your own individualistic view, to decide whether WikiLeaks is a positive organization or is a negative.
How safe are we on the internet? We believe that the answer to this question depends on your own personal opinion. When we look at online shopping, we see that sellers are required to provide information about rights to cancel, how to pay, minimum duration of the contract, etc., so that customers always have some information to fall back upon when a purchase goes wrong, which makes it rather safe. To answer the question, how safe are we on the biggest social network, Facebook? We aren't that safe. Even though Facebook has been improving its security over the last few years, there is less control regarding the content of Facebook due to the size of the internet. The main issue of not being able to delete information that has been posted is vital to an unsafe Facebook, because even when it's erased, your personal information is still available to Facebook. We can't give one single answer to how safe children are on the internet. There are multiple factors that can play a role in the safety of children when they go on the internet. The use of social media by children, the access to all websites that children have, and the health of children. We believe that parents are the main factor when it comes to safety for children online. A lot of responsibility lies with their parents, but they can't control everything that's going on in the internet. It seems to be that some aspects of the internet are out of their control.
You or your friends, don't ignore it. Report it to your parents or your teachers.
WikiLeaks is an international self-described not-for-profit organization that publishes submissions of private, secret, and classified media from anonymous news sources, news leaks.